Hello, yes, and welcome to another episode of MLS Ireland. Well, I'll be bringing to you my predictions for this midweek's games. I think there's only 3 of them, so it's going to be short. Thank you very much for joining me. Yes, my name is Sean, and you're new to this, hit that subscribe button. 135. I'm slowly moving up in the world, so it's doing alright. May as well start with a few predictions, maybe, or should I chat about what happened in a couple of games in like Atlanta getting annihilated by Nashville. I would challenge anybody who isn't a Nashville fan who would have thought and seen that coming. I would have expected them to get beat. I expected them to draw, didn't I? I think it was 1-0, 1-all. I knew Nashville was probably going to be a better team in this, but I didn't think 4-2. I didn't think Colorado was going to win 5-0 against Real Salt Lake. I expect Real Salt Lake to put up a bit of a fight. A couple of games I got correct. I got New York City beating Cincinnati, which was 2-1. I think it was kind of a New York City took too long to probably make a substitution, and kind of Cincinnati got into it, but then they kind of won it. They had their 2 up, and then they kind of just got lucky at the end and just kind of kept going and done it alright. A couple of results that did go my way. I did get Sporting Kansas City. How did they get on? Sporting Kansas City beat Minnesota. I expected a 2-all draw. I did expect LA Galaxy to win against San Jose. That was a 0-0. Obviously, I did get the correct Philadelphia against New England. That was 2-1. I got that one correct. So I think I got a few more correct, but I couldn't be asked to go through them all. So there was a lot of 2-1s in every game. So like Orlando beat Inter Miami 2-1. I expected it to be like 2-0. And then Philadelphia beat as well, and then FC Dallas beat Houston 2-1, which I guessed to be 2-all. So I wasn't too far off on that one. So all in all, I didn't do too bad. A couple of games were pretty non-eventful. San Jose against LA Galaxy. I didn't really get to watch that game, but I watched the highlights. There's not really much highlights that you can watch in the 0-0 game. New York Red Bulls beat DC United quite comfortably. I think DC United had their first shot on target in like a couple of games, so congratulations to them. They're getting better, but they got beat by New York Red Bull, so that's pretty bad. And I predicted 1-0 when it ended 2-0, so not too bad on that one either. Again, probably the biggest surprise was Nashville. Atlanta just kind of, I think they really need to rebuild back up if you want to be a good, even if I do think they need a proper good manager, like a world-class manager to really put them back on the map, because when you have a good manager, players really want to play for you, and you don't really have to pay them extra to come, to give them that initiative to come. If there's a good manager there, they will want to come and do all that kind of stuff. So I think that's where they kind of need to prioritize first. Then I think everything will kind of fall into place, as it were. But it's gonna be one of those games. It's gonna be those this season. I think this season's complete write-off. So at least Joseph will be back next season, I think. 'Cause I don't think he'll be back now for the rest of the season. So saying that, there is only 3 games on this week, Wednesday, tomorrow. So may as well get into them. FC Dallas against Colorado Rapids. FC Dallas, which was quite surprised to beat Houston 2-1, which I didn't really think about, and then I didn't expect Colorado Rapids to win 5-0 away to Real Salt Lake. But it's one of those games. But I think this is where FC Dallas is probably at home should be a better team. I think Colorado Rapids got lucky, if that's a right thing to say. They're not fantastic at the moment, even though that they beat a really good team. But I don't think they have it to really take it to FC Dallas. This is like their second away game, and that's like a lot of traveling to do. So I'm going to go for an FC Dallas 2-1 win. I'll go for a 2-1. Even if whatever you think, and put them in the comments. I'll see what y'all think. And then San Jose against Portland Timbers. Portland got got beat, which wasn't good against LAFC. I did expect LAFC to do a good game, but I expected 2-2, not 4-2. So I got Portland. There were 2 goals right. I'm going to stick with that. But yeah, Portland, their first goal was pretty good. It was kind of very one-touch passing, which was a really good goal. So they are capable of it. But I think I thought LAFC wanted to make, to go back to normal and just try and go back to basics and really make an example that they're not gone. But they did let in 2 goals against Portland, which is not a bad thing, but they did score 4. Now, Portland are a good team. They're coming up against San Jose, who drew against LA Galaxy, which was a bit weird one because you would have thought LA Galaxy would have beat them, but they didn't. So San Jose are at home against Portland, so I'm going to go for Portland win 1-0. I think it's going to be a bit more tighter, but I think with all this traveling for Portland, they're like down, up and down again, so it could be an interesting game, but Portland 1-0, so I'm going to go for that one. And the last one is Vancouver against Montreal, probably again. What do you mean probably again? They played just a couple of days ago. It ended 4-2 to Montreal, which was a pretty impressive result for Montreal, and they're playing the exact same fixture again. Lovely. What can I say? Vancouver, not really the favourites. They're coming up against a team who are probably a better team than them. Are they better managed? This is kind of all the questions that I asked myself quite recently. Yeah, still haven't really found a quick answer for that. But anyway, let's go back to the game. So, Vancouver, they're favourites? No. Montreal, are they favourites? No. So, saying that, I think Vancouver now kind of like, okay, we need to focus on this and focus on that, and this is where we're going to do it. But I still think Montreal's going to win, so I'm going to go for a 2-1 win to Montreal on that one. So those are my predictions. Yes, it has been a short one, and sure, I'll see you on Friday, and stay tuned. Bye now.